This is part 3 of the Complete Beginner's Guide to Blender 5, where you'll learn the fundamentals of Blender and create this fun scene that you can see here. In this particular episode, we're working on the body of the old man, and this is to help you to learn to move around objects and copy objects whilst creating this fun character. So let's get started. Okay, this time I'm in a new startup file. If we go to File, New, this is a general startup file just here, and we've got our 3 objects in the scene, the light, the cube and the camera. I'm going to use the cube as the torso of my old man. So with the cube selected, I'll press S, then Y to scale in the Y-axis and bring that in like this. So this is going to be the main body of the old man. Now, the reason I chose the Y-axis to scale in, I could have gone the X and had the man facing this way rather than this way, is because it's generally considered good practice to have the negative Y just here as the front and the X-axis as the sides. If you're confused at all, remember you've got your Cartesian coordinates up the top here, so I'm working as if the negative Y is front view. Okay, so I've created the torso like this, and what I'm going to do is model the head just in front of it here, as if the old man's got a hunchback. Now I could just add a new cube and then bring it out to the front, but I want to show you a new tool, which is duplicate. You can find this under the object menu, and there is duplicate objects, and the shortcut for this is Shift D. I'll talk about duplicate linked later on, but Shift D is the shortcut for this. So with my cube selected, Shift D and then Y to bring it forward in the Y axis, and then I can scale it down, and this is going to be the head. I'll come around to the front here, G to grab in the Z, so G then Z, and I want it slightly above the shoulders there, and I'll scale in the X a little bit more, so a long head like this. I'll come around to side view, and remember you can press the X key just here to go to side view, or 3 on your numpad, and I'll press G then Y and bring that back so they're almost touching. So here's our starting point. I've got the old man's body there and the old man's head just here. So pause the video, catch up with me, creating the torso first, and then Shift D to duplicate the head second. Okay, let's create the arm on the side. I'll go to front view with 1 on my numpad. Again, you can click the Cartesian coordinates up the top here. I'll use the torso, press Shift D for duplicate, so Shift D, and that creates a duplicate, and it puts you straight into grab mode, or movement mode, and I can press X now to constrain it to the X-axis. Now the orange dot is the object origin, so I can bring the middle out to just beyond the edge of the character's left-hand side there, and now I'm going to scale in the X to bring it down, so it's a nice long arm like this, and then G then Z to grab in the Z-axis and bring that down just a touch here, and maybe just move it back very slightly so it's almost touching the arm just there. Incidentally, I just pressed G to grab and then held down Shift. That moves it in really small increments. That can be really handy for precise movement. I'll just right click to cancel that movement though. So we've got one arm there. I'll create the hand slightly differently. I'll press Shift right click to move my 3D cursor, Shift A to add mesh cube. So just as a reminder how to get to the add menu and things like that, and press S to scale, bring that right down and then scale in the Z. So we've got a simple hand just there. Maybe a little bit more in the Z, and I can press G to grab and move it around, knowing that it's moving perpendicular to the camera, so it's not moving in the Y-axis. I do need to scale this one in the Y, so scale Y, make that arm a little bit thinner, and scale this one in the Y, so make it a bit wider. And I've got my arm just there. So you might want to pause the video, catch up with me, creating the arm and the hand. Okay, so as a challenge, I want you to create the leg. Again, just working on the left-hand side for now. We want 1 block for the entire leg and then 1 for the foot at the bottom here, which is going to stick out the front slightly. So pause the video and have a go at that. Okay, so hopefully you got okay with that. I can select both of these objects, go to front view, Shift D to duplicate them at the same time and bring that down like this. This leg's a little bit long though, so we'll select that, scale Z, bring that down and move it into position. Might still be a touch long, so I'll just scale it a bit more and move it up again. And then this one here, which is the foot, I'll just G to grab, bring that up, scale in the X, maybe slightly wider than the leg just there. And then let's go to side view and scale in the Y to make it fairly long there. And then G then Y to move it forward. And they've got some probably slightly too big of feet, so scale Z, bring that down just there. Back to front view, G then Z, move that up, and we've got some feet just there. Now my leg, I think, is a little bit too wide, so I'm just going to scale Y, so S then Y, and move that right to the back of the body like so, so G then Y. Notice I'm pressing G then Y because I'm not actually in side view. You might find it easier jumping to side view to move these objects to make sure they're in the right position because of that nice orthographic view we get, and you can line things up nice and easily. So hopefully got an okay creating the leg. If you had any trouble, then do make sure you've caught up with me. Otherwise, let's continue making the other side of the body. I'll go to front view once again, and we could just select these two, duplicate them and move them across to the other side. But there is a technique that I want to show you, which is called the mirror modifier. This is a really useful one for copying objects from one side to another. And we're often modeling symmetrical objects, so we often use the mirror modifier. So we really need to get used to that as soon as possible. So with this left arm selected, I'm going to go to the modifier panel, which is under this spanner here, or wrench if you're American. Click on the spanner and there's an add modifier option here. I can press add modifier and the mirror modifier is under generate, and you can see that just there. There's a really handy feature though. If I just click away from this, if I click on add modifier, you can actually just start typing mirror and the mirror modifier will come up and it will tell you which menu it's under just there. So the mirror modifier is the one we want. I'll click on that and it's added just here. Now it might look a little bit complicated, but there's only a couple of things we really need to know about just at the moment as a beginner. The axis we're mirroring on, so we're mirroring along the x-axis. And the other thing that's important to understand is where it's mirroring around. What's the mirror point? At the moment, it's using its own object origin. So that orange dot there is the object origin. So if we take this entire object and mirror it around the object origin, it's going to be in precisely the same place, which is why we can't see the results of our mirror. In this instance, if I just move this window out so we can see the mirror modifier a bit more easily and read these texts. Incidentally, that's something worth knowing. If you hover over a panel, you can move it and extend it out if you need to. For now, only do that if you really have to, because it can get a bit confusing and messy if you pull out new windows and all sorts. So with our mirror modifier, we've got an option here, mirror object. So instead of using the object origin as the mirror, it can use an object. You can click in here and choose the name of your object, but for the sake of speed, I haven't been naming my different objects in the scene, which is a bit naughty, but I'm not going to worry about that too much at the moment, because I've got this lovely picker here. I can use the picker and pick the middle object. And when I do that, you can see the mirror for this object jumps to the other side. Now, many people ask, when do we apply the mirror? Well, you don't really need to ever apply the mirror unless you're going to make your character asymmetrical suddenly. You can apply the mirror and then start working on this side without it mirroring on the other side. But then you kind of make it two separate objects. Don't worry if that's a bit complicated. The main thing is just leave the mirror there doing its job. Now, the other thing that's worth noting about this is because our torso here is the mirror object. If I press G to grab and move this around, you can see it's moving the other one, and it's always thinking about where that middle point is there and jumping over to the other side along the x-axis. So I'll undo that movement, and it's probably worth saying if I press G to grab in the Z, it makes no difference because the object origin is still in the middle there. Or if I come around to the side and press G then Y, same thing, because the object origin is in the middle along the x-axis there, which is what we're mirroring. Okay, so quick challenge to you. I want you to mirror the hand object to the other side using the torso as the mirror object. Pause the video and have a go at that. Okay, so hopefully you got an okay with that. Again, with the object selected that you want to mirror, I'll go down to the spanner here, add modifier. I'll start typing in mirror, and there's my mirror, which again is under the generate menu. And again, we're not seeing any results because it's mirroring in the x-axis, but it starts off with its object origin, which is in the center there. Instead, we want to use the mirror object, which is the torso just here, and it jumps to the other side. So hopefully you got an okay with that, but just to show you, so it sort of embeds the knowledge a bit more, I'll close this mirror object down so I can get rid of that mirror object, and I'll add a different one. So I'll choose the leg, and you can see it jumps to the other side of the leg, so it's in the wrong place there. What other object in the scene could I use as my mirror object and have it jump to the other side? Have a quick think. Well, hopefully you realized if I close down this mirror object and again choose the picker, that I can use the head because that's in exactly the same position in the center. Now, if for any reason it's slightly out, that might mean you've got your head in slightly to one side. So if I press G to grab in the X, that will move my hand as well, won't it? Because the head's not right in the center. If for any reason you've accidentally moved these off center, you can press N on your keyboard. That brings out this side panel and go up to item. Incidentally, if I press N again, you can actually go to this little arrow here if you forget the keyboard shortcut. And that little arrow there, if I click it, it brings out that side menu, go to item, and there's my X location just there. Just make sure that's 0 so you can click on it, type in 0, and it will move backwards. And on these menu items, you can actually click and drag to move them about, which is quite helpful. But I'll undo that. Okay, I'll press N again to get rid of the side panel. And the last thing we need to do is to mirror the leg across the other side. Now there's a quick way to do this. I can copy the modifier from this one here to the leg and the foot at the same time. The way we do this is we select the leg and the foot first. So we select the ones we want to copy the modifier to, and the one we select last is the one we want to copy from. So I'll select the arm in this case. I could have selected the hand as well. But notice this is yellow, so it becomes the active object. And it's the active object that we're copying from to the other ones that are kind of the inactive objects, as it were. And notice because I've got the left arm selected as the active object, it's showing me the mirror for that object as well. And I can now go up to the object menu here, down to link, / transfer data, and in the middle of that we've got copy modifiers. That should jump across the other side nicely. So we've got our old man there who looks pretty funny. I think I want the legs closer together. How can I go about moving the legs so they're closer together? Have a quick think. So hopefully recognized, I only need to select these ones here and G to grab in the X, and that will bring them in. And because they're mirroring around the torso object, the object in the middle, that will bring them close together like this. And I've now created the body of my man. So hopefully you've gotten okay with that and you're enjoying the process. Do make sure you've saved your work at this point so you're ready for the next lecture. If you've got any questions, then do comment below. And of course, check the links in the description for any updates and my other playlists on this channel and my courses. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.